Alright, here's our next video, and we're going to finish up this cap. We're going to put some little knobbies on there, kind of like this for grip. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the extrude feature, extrude tool, and we're going to click placement, and we're going to click on the underside of the cap here. So it's going to look like this. We're going to go to the extrude. And go to placement. Let's say define, and we're going to flip this cap over, and we're going to highlight the underside of this cap, this little ring right here, and we'll click on it. And it says surface, and for the sketch plane, and we'll hit sketch. Now it wants to know a reference that we're going to use, and because we're using this flat surface here, so our reference is going to be the outside of the cap. So if you move your mouse right over to the outside edge of the cap, you can see it turns blue, and I'm going to click on that, and then in the references here the surface comes up, and then we'll hit close. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a circle right on the edge where that reference line and the horizontal plane intersect or meet, and we're going to trim off part of it and then create a line there. So it's going to look like this. We're going to go circle. I'll zoom in just a little bit, and right here I'm going to click and make my circle about this big. We don't want it touching the inside of the cap, and we don't want it too big out here. So we will create the trim, and we'll trim off this half, the inside half of the circle, and leave the outer half, and then create a line right here. It goes from this half of that arc or circle to this half. And then I'm going to middle mouse click to complete that line, and it'll take me back. It'll finish up the line for me. Now we need to change the diameter of this to 4, and then I believe that's it. So I'm going to click on the arrow tool. Actually, I'm going to click on the dimension tool, and I'm going to double left click and then middle mouse wheel click out here to get my dimension. We want to make that 4. You see how it's pretty close to 4. We want to make it 4, and then that's it. We can hit the blue check mark, and let's see what we got here. And what we have is something going the wrong direction. So we learned earlier we can flip direction using this arrow right here in the middle of the extrude, or we can use this button up here to flip direction. So we want it pointing up, but you can see it's still too high, so we could drag it down if we wanted to, or we can use this drop down menu, and this button right here says extrude to selected point, curve, plane, or surface. So I'm going to click on that, and that wants to know what surface are we talking about, and I'm going to click on the top of the of this cap here, and now you can see that it matches up with the top of that cap, and I'm going to hit the green check mark. So we have one knob. Now how do we get the rest of them? Well, I'm glad you asked, because that's what we're going to deal with next. We're going to click on the pattern button. I'll show you that, and we're going to make it rotate, make a pattern of in a circular display here. And so let's go back here to Creo. The pattern button, well, first thing we need to do is we need to highlight the part we want to talk about. So I'm going to click on this extrude, or I can click on the extrude over here in the model tree, Click on extrude that we did, and then we'll click on the pattern tool, which is over here. Looks like a block of Swiss cheese or something. And now we need to specify how we want this pattern to look, because we could get a pattern that goes in rows all the way off this cap, but that's not what we want. We want it to go around the outside here. So we're going to go to dimension up here in the top left, and we're going to change that to axis. We want to go in a circular path. And there it wants to know which axis are we talking about, and we are talking about the Z axis right here. And it doesn't really help to zoom in, but if you kind of highlight your mouse and kind of hold it there for a second, it shows up as the Z axis. So I'm going to click on that. Now you can see I have 4 dots here. We want to change the 4. The number that we need is 24. I want to change that 4 to 24. And then we also want to create in a 360 degree path here. If yours doesn't say 360 when you click on that button, we'll just change it to 360, but or let me know and I can help you with that. And that's pretty much all we need to do. We got the axis, 24, and 360, and then we hit the green check mark. And there we go. There's my cap. Finished up. Got my knobs, got my grip on it, got my lip underneath, and we're good to go. So I'm going to stop this video, and the next one will deal with assembly.